Name, sir?
My name is Sean.
Your name's Sean? Okay.
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Sean?
48 years old.
48. Okay. What is your source of income, of any income you may have? What do you get your money from?
Well, I'm a long-time military member. I'm what you call a veteran of the United States military.
Oh, what branch of the military were you in?
Believe it or not, I've been doing this for a lifelong venture. I started off in what's called Junior Recruit Officer Training Candidate School. So JROTC when I was in elementary school, all the way
elementary or middle school, right?
all the way up through ROTC in college and into the active military. I've served in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines.
That's impressive. So, what do you make a month?
A decent amount.
Rather not disclose exact?
I'm not really sure of the exact
Okay.
amount.
What's the highest amount of money you've ever made in your life?
When I was full-time active duty, I was making just under $9,000 a month.
Nice.
But that's, when you're active duty.
All right, so the next question here is how long you've been homeless, but I understand you're not technically really homeless. You're just kind of between places as you move from one coast of Florida to the other?
Well, I'm what you call a displaced citizen. Leaving the Miami area where I had lodging, I just arrived out here, and there's like a 3 to 4 month, or sometimes longer, wait on apartments. We have more people who wish to live in the area than we have actual housing for.
And this is the Pinellas County area we're talking about here, folks. Anyone watching it doesn't know. How long have you been here in Pinellas County?
Just under 6 months.
How long have you been in Florida?
All my life, pretty much, off and on.
Was most of it down in Miami?
Well, I've been in the military, so I've lived all over Florida. I've been all over the world. But I've been stationed at Southernmost Command for the last 24 years. Prior to that, I was in New York for a while. I did San Diego, California. I worked Pensacola, Jacksonville, and, and moving around with the military. When they tell me we're moving, we're moving.
What years were you in Miami? What time frame or frames were you in Miami?
I can remember as early as 2 years old. My parents served on bases in the same places I'm serving. You know what I mean? I'm a military brat, was born in the military, on a military base. I can't remember much more.
You like rock and roll?
I love rock and roll.
Have you ever heard of a radio station called WSHE? She's only rock and roll in Miami?
I've never
You
heard.
don't remember that?
I may have listened to it and don't know the call number.
So, when's the last time you had an inside place to sleep?
What do you mean? My own residence?
Well, no, any inside place to sleep, like a hotel room?
I rent hotel rooms often.
Okay.
Just a few days ago.
Okay. Have you been sleeping outside since then?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. Where and how often do you shower? Do you have a place to shower when you're
I
sleeping?
go to friend's house.
Okay. Do you ever stay in shelters, homeless shelters?
No, sir.
Do you dislike homeless shelters?
It's not so much that I dislike them. I work nights, and it's almost impossible to keep your job or do a job and be in a shelter because they have a curfew of like just before it gets dark.
You know, a common thing I hear about the shelters and why people dislike them is the rules. They don't like the rules in shelters, and it sounds like you might kind of be on the same page.
No,
with
sir.
The rule being the curfew.
I have to be available during the overnight hours.
Okay.
I assist U.S. government in all types of different things, and I'm pretty much on call 24 hours. And most of the action is usually after nightfall.
What kind of things they call you for? What kind of work you do for them?
Well, I'm being honest. Sometimes I have to assist parole. Sometimes I have to assist
what?
the Department of Parole in making apprehensions. When I was active duty, my number one job was anti-terrorism, as well as chasing AWOLs. And military people know what I'm talking about. They hire you at the kind of stuff you're known to be good at.
So would if you were to further explain the type of work you do, would some people say, oh, that's a cop. You're talking to a cop.
Well, I'm not employed by the police department, but I work hand in hand with them at times.
In apprehensions?
Yes, sir. When I need them for terrorist action, they help me. So if they ask me for a hand, I have no problem extending military courtesy.
So tell us more about the terrorism, the anti-terrorism work that you do.
My name, General Sean A. Cooley. Since my very first action was Kosovo, back in I think it was like 83, 84. We were fighting the KGB, the Russian operatives. Since then, the Russian operatives have pretty much linked up all around the world with different factions. And that's where terrorists generally come from. Not only Soviets, but also German. Germany, they started that, between Russia and Germany, they started what we call, what is known to be war on Jewish and Islamic people, known as the Holocaust. I'm a victim of the Holocaust.
You're
which
a
is
victim
what
of the Holocaust.
I am. My
Okay,
family and
folks,
I came over because of the Holocaust.
This is very interesting. We're actually going to stop this video and start over, and we're going to start right with the type of work this guy does. I have faith this is going to get a lot of views, and I want to start a video with it. So please stay tuned, and you're going to hear more details on the type of work and background this very interesting gentleman does and is from.